All right, let's play this in full here first. There's no sound. Beep, 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 beep. I can make sounds here. Beep, 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 beep. All right. Lots of cool stuff. Let me just reframe a tiny bit here. So there's some good timing there in terms of boom, and then that holds. I think it's a bit rubbery. Again, given the hard shell and just kind of looking at what the movies were doing, it's a bit, not that I animated them, just looking as a viewer, as a fan. This just felt a bit soft and rubbery in terms of the structure. That's pretty cool. I would almost straighten slightly more to give this just a bit more room, just a bit higher in the knee and a bit more negative space, and open this up a tiny bit. It's tricky with all the structures there. That's all great. The rhythm is really good. But there's also something about where it comes to a sudden stop. You can see the spacing wise with, I can put in the onion skinning here. It goes up to here, up to here. There's a little bit of a camera move, but still you can see how the head actually goes down a little bit. So it feels like it hits that wall right there. So I would personally just kind of ease into that and then drop. This, I don't know, to me it feels like you would put the feet here. Maybe I should switch colors so it's not green on his green thing. But I would personally put the feet here to then get a really clean silhouette in terms of that. And then you got this here. And then you can do that. Even though that's a bit twins, there could be a slight change in the arm pose. But I think having the feet on top, squishing that little guy there. And because of this here, there could be a bit of an offset. So maybe legs out and then maybe less there. So more bent here with maybe a bit of a slight tilt there. So you can go, so it kind of has that direction because it's going there versus it's straight up, but then actually goes this way, if that makes sense. Like that seems better, but a bit of a weird connection there. So I would bring that, the gun turret down. And like I said, bring the carrot up higher. It seems like a muddy silhouette a little bit. That was, you have speed lines and stuff. And to me, I would have then cheated a little bit in terms of a blur. I know nothing has blur here, but or at least have some speed lines to take away the strobiness. There's something stroby about right this section there. And maybe also breaking up the shapes into something else. There's something where once you get into this, it starts to feel slightly repetitive just because of the angle and the shape. So maybe that would have helped as you start turning, as it gets faster, to start adding those speed lines and then into that. This one at the end, I felt like this is all cool, but bring up the guy here and this guy here. Just kind of frame everything higher or tilt the camera down. Same thing here as we're done. We're so low here with so much room. I would just kind of reframe that a little bit, even though you might argue, well, that's in my horribly drawn thirds here. It's nicely down there, but I would still kind of tilt down a bit. And this one, there's something about it's almost like you want to go again where it's that hold seems to go this way, and I will continue to go up a bit more. It's kind of you want that that feel of that stretch, and then that way when you go down here, it's not straight, but you have a slight angle into that, and then with the exit, just to me, it's mainly rhythm and path. Because if I watch this, there's good stuff there. It just, like I said, feels like you want that. Like there's so much energy going out. You want that to continue just a bit longer. And even that could be, let me see. Even that could have potentially like 1 or 2 frames of a longer hold. Again, with the legs out for a bigger squash, and then maybe it's also the evenness. Could have maybe slower roll here and then speed up with the speed lines into that. But the mechanics are really cool. I like the complexities here of all of that. Gets ready. Yeah, and it's something a bit held there. He's also very squashed there, and that arm is right there where that wing is. So to me, I would keep that, but then I would bring that leg a bit lower And then you can almost break the frame here with that arm and then the wing. And it kind of works there. Just to give it kind of a line through there. That's the path of the flight path, but also in there in the line of action. But I like this. I like that he kind of pushes himself up in the air to get there. I would just kind of push this into this so it doesn't feel like that. And even here at the beginning, as the character comes in, I feel like we get too soon a glimpse, going to say too soon of a glimpse of the robot. It's a weird English here. But that coming in, it just forms tangents. It's slightly overlappy there. And then we get to this. We're so close, almost having tangents. We're always so close that you might say, yeah, but then, it's a close call, and that's why they're fighting. But there's something when you watch this, like, did they hit each other? Did this guy push this guy? I'm not quite sure. So I would probably, you can also reframe so that he lands a bit more here and then leave the robot there. So there's a bit more of a distance to make that a bit more comfortable. And when he gets here, I would kind of push that a little bit with a hop and then off. Like a little bit of a straightening of the legs, body goes up to then go down into the quick steps. And then it would be cool that when he runs here and he gets shot, to not stop, I will continue. And it would shoot the legs. And then it can go down and almost crash, slide. Just a couple of frames, just like a little visual tiny thing of these come off. It rolls down, slides a bit. And then the next shots will then push him back. You can still end the same way. You can have a little bit of pieces of the legs here, maybe fly off and bounce. And that's about that. Tiny things like this when that leg pieces here is right there, creating a little bit of a tangent. I'll probably go a bit lower and then break silhouette just a little bit. But it's cool and dynamic. Just little picky notes on rhythm and silhouette and like once it gets so good, like in this clip, I get just a bit pickier there because I know you can handle it. But that is, I don't know you at all. I'm assuming you can, but it looks awesome. Great work. And that is that. Thanks.